So, our Twitter account, part of the Cold Omaha Podcast Network, naturally we follow all these other Cold Omaha writers and Minnesota sports related feeds. So, me being a Minnesota sports outsider, I'm seeing a lot of buzz about this Moritz Boehringer, a sixth round receiver from Germany, right?
Yeah, and you got his name right. I'm very impressed.
He's got some great measurables, apparently. He's 6'4", like 220 pounds, and really fast or something. And everyone's talking about how great he's going to be. So let me just tell a little story about European football.
Oh, boy.
So I played collegiate football at the NAIA level, NAIA Division II. So about as low a level of college football as you can play. And on my team, we had a linebacker, really nice guy, but he was like third string, ended up quitting the team because he wasn't playing at all. Trace Bozarth. Sorry, I doubt you'll be listening to this, but if you are, I respect you as a person. Anyway, quits the team, can't start, can't even play on one of the worst, if not the worst, football teams in the entire nation. He goes over to Europe, joins a football league, becomes not only the rookie of the year, but the offensive player of the year and the defensive player of the year of this league.
What?
It was remarkable. Remarkable. I mean, this guy couldn't catch his stone hands. I don't know how it happened, but he's the star of the league, and he could not even play on a terrible college football team. And now we think Moritz Boehringer is going to come over to the NFL. The NFL. Think of how much better the NFL is than a NAIA Division II bottom-feeding team. And he's supposed to not only make the team, but contribute in some way. I mean, we're almost going back to 5,000 to 1 odds. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Do you realize how much disdain you're going to get from the Minnesota faithful on this Minnesota platform for dissing their beloved Mobo? It's Mobo Bobos all over the place here, and you just cast down their chosen son. Deutschland weeps at your doubt, Sam Verhulst. Shame on you.
Yeah, Mobo is going to be a no-no.
In all seriousness, I appreciate your realism because I think there's a little too much hype on Mr. Moritz Boehringer, because here's a guy who I've seen the highlights. Have you seen the highlights? They're pretty comical because, number one, it looks like they're playing in someone's backyard with bleachers with like 12 people in them, maybe a lemonade stand for concessions. And Boehringer is defended by 5'7" DBs, probably weigh about $140, running 4.8 speed. I think Trace Bozarth might have been in the secondary for some of the German Football League opponents. Some of the opponents of the Schwabisch Hall Unicorns, Moritz's team in Germany. So he's got to come play against press coverage. He's got to get hit by 230-pound safeties. He's got to learn a whole new playbook. The speed is going to overwhelm him, I think. Now, for you to say it's a 5,000 to 1 proposition that he makes the team, I think it's not realistic for him to make the team or make the 53-man this year. Vikings have a logjam at the position, and he just needs a year of development. But I think they keep him around in the practice squad for at least a year just to try things out. The Vikings like to experiment with wild cards. Do you remember Brock Lesnar coming to Vikings training camp? That didn't work out too well for the Vikings, or I think Brock made a nice career for himself after that. But last year it was Babatunde Ayagbusi, the 6'9" Polish giant who I think body doubled for the Mountain in Game of Thrones. he was getting burned, and I mean burned, by like third string defensive ends at training camp. It looked like me in a sumo wrestling match. It was that awkward for him. So I hope the same fate doesn't await Mobo. But I don't think it's going to be as easy as everybody thinks. Sometimes the physical traits do not translate to NFL success.